Here we are. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt Shad. This is another episode of the Zoot Report. Let's go. Wow. How are y'all doing today? It's only Wednesday. That's right. It's only Wednesday. It's only Wednesday. Hump day. Beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. 79 degrees. It's been cloudy all day. Yeah, there's the sun. Sun's hanging out. Sun's out, guns out. But yeah, it's been struggling to get over 70 degrees today. Most of the day it was like 68. It was quite nice. Quite nice indeed. I was enjoying it. Yeah. Oh. You know what? Damn, I just forgot what I was gonna say. What the fuck? Give me a second. Give me a second. Yes. You ever heard that expression, you are what you eat? You are what you eat. I mean, that's very, very true. Right? But the human anatomy, the human digestive system, everybody's like, well, it's you got to feed it right. You got to. We can eat just about any fucking thing. Really. Really, we can eat anything. Whether we like it or not, that's a different story. I mean, one of my favorite dishes is fermented fish head soup. It smells disgusting. It's got eyeballs in it, and the fish head is looking at you. But it's just something intoxicating about it. It's damn near intoxicating for me. It is really good. I like it. I'm a big fan of the fucking fermented, the Nordic fermented shark's meat. That's pretty good too. Damn it, people. So you can, sardines, anchovies. Yeah, I eat all that shit. I remember as a kid, I ate nasty shit, man. Oh my God. I would eat lizards and snakes and bugs. Yeah, I ate a lot of bugs. Usually on a dare. Spiders for $5. I'm shocked I didn't die. But, hey. I survived. Let's open this up a little bit, shall we? Yeah. It is still kind of warm. But, we learned that, okay, what we put in our body, proteins, carbohydrates, right? The more organic it is, the more pure it is, the better it is for us. Right? I mean, in this day and age, especially the United States. Wow. Other Western countries too. We have Frankenfood. Literally, we don't know what the fuck it is. It's chemical bullshit. They definitely want to feed us people. They definitely want to feed us shit. Literally. Because it makes money. They can constitute it any way they wish. They can make it look like a cookie. They can lab grown meat. This is fucking disgusting. Basically, it's a tumor. Look up Henrietta Lacks. Yeah, LAX, Henrietta Lacks. But it's some weird shit. It's some weird shit. But that's not really what I want to talk about. That's part of it, though. You are what you eat. You learn real quick, okay, you need electrolytes, and if you're going to work out and be in the sun and be in the heat, and whatever you're doing, you need electrolytes, you need salt, you need protein, you need carbohydrates, you need calciums, right? You need cholesterol. Yes, you need cholesterol. Most of the important fucking organs of our body are made out of cholesterol. The brain, the eyes, the connecting tissues, all those things. Milk, dairy. But I really just want to touch on those things. What you put in your food, what you put in your body. You are what you eat, right? You are what you eat. You are what you consume. I was thinking about this, the Eightfold Noble Path of Buddhism. And it's one of them is consumption. Kind of goes along the lines of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That kind of thing. And you know what? It's all about context, really. I mean, I fell in love with horror movies at a young age. Does that mean I'm dark and disturbing? I didn't turn out to be a serial killer. I didn't turn out to be a vampire. I knew that shit was fake. It was a great story, though. And we love to be scared. Kids love to be scared. Did it give me nightmares? Yeah, it gave me nightmares. Absolutely. But then I got over it and I was fascinated. Still am to this day. But you are what you consume. Especially in the social medias. We've all heard the term doom scrolling. Doom. Once again, it's all about context. It's how you look at it. Alright, we're gonna do it like that. There we go, that's better. I remember as a Marine, we were watching 1,000 Ways to Die, Faces of Death, all this just gory, real life death shit, dismemberments. We found it fascinating. We were like, yeah, this is great. This is great entertainment. Of course, we were all training to be bloodthirsty killers for our country. I guess, right? So, talk about desensitizing. But, and I talk about this, like, if you know my game, Trial by Axe, Domer Meth Axe, I used to do these deep dives on these people. Really jumping into the abyss. And it's true. When you come out of the abyss, that abyss sticks with you. It's hard to wash off. It embeds itself in your skin. If you allow it to fester and grow, and next thing you know, you're the next crazy person in the psych ward, speaking horrible things to people. it's supposed to scare us, but if anything, it really enrages us. It's probably not what they wanted. So in the social engineering, Hegelian dialect, if you will, it's all about the shock and humiliation, the rules of subversion, right? Demoralization, and how you demoralize your enemy is by showing them shocking and humiliating things, right? Making their mind go there, which is what we see, right? They tried to make spirit clicking a thing. They tried to make maps a thing. So, if anything, it outraged us. It still outrages me. A lot of people. It's disgusting. It's vile. It's abomination. It's a slap in the face of everything that is decent and proper in this world. So, only that, that's the worst of it, right? And that develops, obsessions and kinks and a bunch of other things, that people start going down that sexual deviant behavior, engaging in debauchery. It used to be a time when it really didn't matter what you did. You just didn't tell nobody what you did. You had your own little secret group and meeting that you would go to. There were conferences and seminars for that shit. There were getaways. There were, tours. There were, you take a ship, get on a ship, get on a cruise. A whole bunch of people that do the same thing you do. You don't put it out there in society because why? This is the reason why. Kids. That's it, kids. Don't expose kids to some adult shit. And that's some real adult shit. That's some eyebrow-raising adult shit, okay? You don't expose your kids to that. Any kid. If there's a chance that they could glean something, don't go out in public. Don't talk about it. Don't do shit. Keep that shit in the privacy of your own home, the privacy of your own fucking mind, whatever. But leave our kids alone. Leave your debauchery and keep your debauchery in check. That was it. Do what you want. Do what you want. Least ye harm none. Right? The pagan thing. But if you start to consume these things, you become them. Your mind automatically goes, well, put myself in their shoes. And that's kind of the curse of a writer. We create these, a writer, an actor. We put ourselves in the character's position, even though it's not us, right? Even though it's not us, we are writing that person. We are making that character based on literally imagination of that person, of being that person. It can be a dark place. I think of undercovers, I that'd be the worst for me. Be an undercover trafficker, trying to run a sting operation. That would be the worst for me. I'd just start collecting heads. I mean, There'd be no case. There'd be a case against me. Why did you behead 58 people? Because they all needed it. But we were building a case. We were going to put him in jail. I couldn't wait. I couldn't fucking wait. Sorry. I guess I'm the one that's going to jail. All right, whatever. Or you can give you a job doing this. Hey, that's a good idea. It's all about negotiations. I mean, I know a lot of weird, stupid, debauchery, fucked up, abominational shit. But I have the couth enough to not talk about it a lot. It's not something that I talk about every day. Like, hey, you know. I don't. That's. It's shocking. And I have the ability to be able to put all those things, those debaucherous things, those evil things, those abominational things. And that's a new word, abomination. Things away. It's not a part of who I am. It's just what I know. I know things. Some things I wish I didn't know. But there's a part of me that wants to know. Know thy enemy. Know thyself. I know that's not who I am. But any private investigator, any investigator or detective will tell you that's, you know, it's a struggle to not put yourself in those shoes, the victim or the perpetrator. That's where you gotta go. It takes a very special person to do that. There's a lot of trauma that happens from that. When you talk about PTSD, talk to your first responders. Damn, your EMTs, your policemen. But we notice, we get on the term of debauchery. Debauchery is everywhere. It's portrayed everywhere. Sex sells. Sex sells. Used to be, sex was a sexy woman holding up a product. Still is. You know, ladies, if it's targeted, it's a sexy man, you know, with his shirt off or something. Right? I don't know if y'all heard that. I had a phone call coming in. You know, sex sells. Used to be, it was a sexy woman holding up a product. Women, if it was targeted to you, it was a sexy man with, say, his shirt off, holding up a product. Whatever. Goods and services, right? But it was adult. It was adult stuff. Kids didn't see that. Or it was implied, and the kids didn't get it. You know, the sexual innuendos, the things like that, you know, that were in, you know, constantly in TV, you know, which the FCC was very regulatory on, which I want that more. I do. But I mean, there's no more public television, is there? That's not it. Now we have social media, and there are no rails, there are no guardrails, right? I mean, I guess you know, parental controls and shit, but which I urge your parents to do more of that. I know there's some kids that watch my show, watch my channel. I am an adult channel. I always say, no, it's not made for kids. My content is not made for kids. But there are kids out there that, I guess they're a little bit more grown up. They can handle these grown up issues. And, maybe, hopefully, they discuss it with their parents and it creates a conversation. The parents can, explain some things. But the big problem I have, especially in the entertainment industry, is where they're targeting kids and sexualizing them. If I see one more 13-year-old with a tank top and some and a booty shorts and thong, out there twerking like she's Doja Cat, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's wrong. Yeah, 12, 13. That's about the time. And see, it's a plan. It's planned that way. 12, 13, 10 to 14. Your prepubescent years, when the hormones of kids are just running wild, right? Little Timmy just can't stop yanking it. He's got catalogs of Sears catalog with nothing but bras. You're like, what? You know what I'm talking about. I mean, we had Playboy back in the day. Playboy, Penthouse, Hustler. But it's in the music. It's in the TV shows. It's in the fucking cartoons, the animes. And it's not just your simple sexual things. It's different sexual situations, more debauchery. When Superman kissed a guy, I lost it. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. Fucking done with that bullshit. But we all know this is an implied thing. a speculative narrative instead of a conspiracy theory. Speculative narrative. Batman and Robin, yeah, because they took showers together. They slept in the same bed. It was implied. It was implied. When I learned that, I was like, fuck. The boy wonder. A little twink and a daddy fighting crime together. The ambiguously gay duo. I mean, Batman's always going to be Batman. Batman's a badass. But that was the origins. And it was discreetly implied. Alright? Discreetly implied. I don't know if it was virtue signaling. That was the writer's intent. Maybe the writer was like that. I don't know. Seems very suspect to me. Now I cannot unsee it. That's what they do. Is they create these scenarios that fuck with kids' heads. As adults, we see it and they're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. Fine, Superman's gay, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, he did like Lois Lane. I mean, Wonder Woman, she grew up on an island of Amazons. No men. Okay. Yeah, it's implied. But a kid doesn't get it. Now kids get it because they're open with it. Anime. There's a transgender male to female furry, scantily clad, that everybody is cosplaying. It's a thing. It's a thing. You know, I get it when, you know, the sexy schoolgirl outfit. But, come on, really? It's not sexy on a schoolgirl. Because it's a kid. You see my point? The consumption of you are what you consume. These kids are consuming this crap, this debauchery. And, you know, the idea is that they're broadening their minds. They don't need their minds broadened. They don't need to open their minds to this crap. That comes later. Work that shit out later when you're fucking on your own and you've got a job. You're out the house with mommy and daddy. Until then, you stay your ass in school and you get good grades. You go to football practice. Get a job. Later on, you can fuck your life up. Enjoy whatever fucking hobbies you want. But until then, kids stay kids. And adults get into this shit too. Obviously, it's the adults that have the fantasies. Fucked up fantasies. And they put this content out there. It needs to be kept in check. Absolutely kept in check. And yeah, it's you can see the I don't know, I guess you can call it the androgynia. Going way back. You know, I remember in the 80s, you had the glam rock, right? Everybody was in, you know, makeup, feminine makeup, feminine hair, and feminine clothes. Singing rock and roll, heavy metal, glam rock. And they were everywhere. It was the most popular thing, popular kind of music. Heavy metal still is. Everybody knows what Motley Crue, you know, all these bands. I mean, it's whatever, right? Maybe it was a troll. Maybe it was a trolling exercise. You know, it's possible. Kind of like the whole, you know, devil thing. It was a troll. Like Tipper Gore and all that, you know. I can see that. But nowadays, the music sucks, for one. The music sucks. The movies suck. We don't get it. Right? The older generation just don't get it. I do get that it's doing damage to our children, though. The whole idea that, you know, that's just what kids are into. You know, and you can make that argument. You know, we were into some weird shit too when we were kids. But that's my point. I mean, the Amish said it best. I think he was referring to television or cable TV. I think he was referring to cable TV. You know, one of the pastors of Amish, famous quote, and I'm ad-libbing, of course, is that, you know, programming, which the name programming, it programs you, right? It's like a sewage line going straight into your brain. There's some truth to that. There is some absolute truth to that. And we consume a lot of it. And our kids learn from it. I mean, I remember growing up, my mom and dads, they absolutely monitored what I consumed. Right? I used to have to sneak down the stairs and hide behind the couch when they were watching a program that it was made for, not for children, right? On public television. Or I'd ask to go see a movie, and they're like, nope, can't see it. Every concert I ever went to, I had to sneak out. I could not convince them otherwise. And they watched my money. Of course, I didn't have much money, so I had to get money on my own, sneak out, go to an Ozzy Osbourne concert, lie and say I'm 17. I'm like 12, 13, whatever. You know, the music that I had, I bought all the cassettes, right? Bought all these cassettes. I had to hide them. And they were all taken from me at one point in time. That's devil music. They called me everything. You're a devil worshiper. You're a terrorist. Like, what? What? No, that's not the case. But that was their extreme. They went to that extreme. They're like, this is what it's going to turn you into. We're afraid. We should be afraid too. We should. There are kids out there that are absolutely confused. Don't know what the hell is going on. They need guidance. They need discipline. They need direction. Don't let your children get it from the social entertainment industrial complex, because it will turn them in. It will put them down the road of debauchery, and ultimately abstinence in some way, shape, or form. They will not become mothers and fathers. They will become whores, debaucherous little whores, because that's how they grew up, watching all their. When I've got some 11-year-old girl singing WAP to me, knowing exactly every word, there's a problem. There's a big ass problem. I'm just saying. And I watched Two Live Crew become a thing. Their music was banned everywhere, which means that everybody wanted it, but everybody knew what it was. That's some debaucherous shit, and only the serious can get it. I mean, if you're serious about it and you wanted it, you could get it. But you had to hide it. You knew there was a problem. This is not condoned in society. I can't listen to this with my mom and dad. Everybody say, hey, we want some, right? No, you can't be singing that shit, right? And it was a unspoken rule, you know. We called each other names, all types of names, in high school, in elementary, junior high, and high school. But we didn't talk like that when we went home, right? These kids do this shit out in the open with mommy and daddy. I mean, how many moms and dads took their kids to a Beyonce concert or a Taylor Swift concert and watched some half-naked woman, you know, Katy Perry, half-naked woman gyrating sexually on stage. Boom! Good test for everything. Slam on my brakes, see what happens. I see the consumption. I see what people are turning into by what they consume. I see it. Now, would they be okay? I mean, if it's explained, right? If they have some type of, you know, some type of discernment, if you will, to understand that this is just debaucherous entertainment. That's all it is. I mean, that's part of being an adult, right? Is entertaining these things, entertaining these notions. We like our music, right? It could be sexual, it could be raunchy, it could be violent. We get all that, and we understand that. You know, and it's like my video, you know, of the day, yesterday, the gilded cage. Folks, or kids especially, are in a gilded cage, and they're force-fed debaucherous shit, and they're encouraged to be that. Here's your role model. Now twerk. Now drop it like it's hot. What? No. It's literally the downfall of a society. It really is. It ushers in the parade of debauchery. Willingly. Boom. So yeah, be careful what you consume. What do we say? You're in Ohio? Don't put your mouth on it. Welcome to Ohio. Don't put your mouth on it. That's all I'm saying, really. You know, especially with the kids. Anyway, you are what you eat. You are what you consume. This has been Mad Chad. Another episode of the Zoot Report. Sunroof edition. Deploy knife hands.